The Winland series is something that passed me by, and I regret this. When I finally tried Winlands 2 on the PSVR 2, I instantly fell in love with the game, and with Cytec games. So everybody was always assuming the next game was going to be Winlands 3. Well, it's not. This is Titan Isles. Before I get into the review, full disclosure, I was a playtester for Titan Isles, and I was very lucky and privileged to be put in a position where I get to test the game quite a while before it was released. But make no mistake, this does not cloud my judgment on how I will review the game. But, that said, I love this game already, and I can't wait to play more. Set on the broken world of Toska, shattered to ruins by the mysterious awakening of giant titans, you are cast into an epic struggle for survival and revenge. This game, in essence, has roguelike elements, but it is not a roguelike. This is an action-adventure, and you can play this solo with up to 4 players. And there's plenty of variety here as well. For fans of Winlands, like me, the suit I used the majority of the time was the Hunter suit. This suit is just like playing Winlands 2, because you've got the grappling hooks, you swing, and then you've got the bow and arrow. The main difference with this compared to Winlands 2 is you're not restricted to only hooking on to certain points within the environment. You can grapple onto any points. So if you're looking for that Winlands vibe, then you're definitely going to find it within Titan Isles. But there are also 3 other suits to choose from. I'm getting slightly ahead of myself. Between each mission, you're taken back to your home base, Cloud's Edge. And here, the story will progress, and you'll meet a few different characters. And then there's a few things you can do around the home area. You can visit what is like a bar area. In here, you'll find the various races, just like on Winlands 2. There's a few obstacle courses where you can race for those top times in the world. This is something I've sank a little bit of time into, and I am, getting up that leaderboard a little bit in places. And then of course you've got your mission select. In here each mission is laid out, and this is where a kind of roguelike type element appears, because each time you play you've got a choice of routes, and this is made up of several tiles. These are interconnected areas making up one entire route, and you can choose which path you want to go, which will mean you've got a lot of variety in how you play the game. And in each area you've got hidden targets to find, hidden relics, and they are hidden rooms with some creator logos. So far I've only found 2 of them, and a big shout out to Wolf in VR, because you're the one I have actually found so far. Each of the suits has its own individual skill tree, and you can unlock these extra abilities by collecting the super tokens. These are rewards for completing each run, and you can get more by selecting a higher difficulty. So how about the different suits? Well, I'll just let the game explain it to you.
This is the Storm suit. It can fly, using its powerful wrist jets, and comes with versatile pistols that can morph into a powerful rifle. You can also change a variety of movement and weapon settings from this panel. Press Equip Suit to try it out. This is the Blink suit. It's extremely light and maneuverable, with the power to jump in mid-air. Its explosive projectile weapons can be pulled from its chest and released at incredible speeds. You can also change a variety of movement and weapon settings from this panel. This is the Goliath suit. It can traverse long distances with its palm jets and fires powerful explosives from its shoulder cannon.
I think that's way better than I could explain it. So, as I've said, I spent a lot of my time playing this game with the Hunter suit. I just love that Winlands feel, But it's not the easiest in terms of combat because of the bow and arrow, whereas the others have actual weapons you can fire. So I have tried out the other ones. And my next favourite would have to be the storm suit. You've got individual hand cannons, and then you can combine it to make a rifle. It's also got a jetpack. You press and hold your jump and you can just fly, and then you've got wrist jets as well to maneuver. It's a really enjoyable experience. And then the Goliath. The Goliath has a cannon on its shoulder and fires out globs of gloop, basically, and these can explode. But of course, during the skill tree, you can get different effects and damage over time with these, and you've got the shield. It's also fun, but the best thing about this game is you find what you like. And then lastly, we've got the blink suit. Now, I didn't get on with this suit very well, mainly because it's what they call the expert suit. I do know this is a personal favourite of many of the team at SciTech Games, but I couldn't get it to work. I'm probably not that good, but this is the great thing. You choose what you like, play it your way. There's plenty of options in this game.
Oh my word! Look at the size of that thing. It's got 1, 2, 3, a lot of weapons.
Now, of course, we can't talk about Titan Isles without talking about the Titans themselves. These things are huge in VR, and until you actually experience it, watching it on a flat screen doesn't do it justice on how towering they are compared to yourself as a player. And when you're playing with friends or other people, how small you are in comparison to these humongous beasts. There really is a good variety as well, because you've got crab type enemies, flying enemies, just massive beasts. The ocean battle, there's a battle on a boat against a tentacle type titan, and it's truly memorable. It's something that does stick with you. Plenty of mechanics, and it is just a bullet storm of attacks coming towards you. Now, it can be a little bit more difficult in single player compared to multiplayer, because when you're playing with multiple people, then the Titan, of course, can attack everybody at once, but it kind of focuses the attacks on one player at a time. It does fire in all directions, but having people to distract it to get to the different weak points, it's how the game is designed to play. But this doesn't diminish at all how fun it can be in single player as well. I could just keep talking about Titan Isles all night, but I've got to kind of wrap this thing up. So let's go into the finer details. As you can probably tell, this is a different format to how I normally do my reviews, and I'm just kind of saving the nitty gritty until the end. I just really wanted to talk about the game, so let's get stuck into it. So how about the graphics? Anybody that's played the Windlands series of games will kind of be very comfortable with this art style. Of course, this kind of art style isn't for everybody. It's not hyper realistic, but it's something I really enjoy. I like the aesthetic, and there's many different areas, different biomes, and it does mix up that feeling of the different levels. There's even a nighttime level, it's quite dark as well, so that's really enjoyable. You can normally find on standalone, but you can get a little bit of anti-aliasing in places. But I must say, it's very, very minimal, and it's hardly noticeable at all within Titan Isles, and it's a very high level of polish. They really have put a lot of thought and effort into this. During the playtest, occasionally there was a few level of detail loading problems, but during my playthrough for the review, I've not encountered any of that. They really do listen to the feedback of the playtesters, and they really do care about putting out a great game, what's finished and polished. And I do think they've achieved that here. When it comes to audio, then SciTech Games nail this every time, in my opinion. The soundtrack, the ambient feel of Windlands 2 really blew me away, between the action and just zen, peaceful moments. And Titan Isles really does follow on from that. It's got an epic soundtrack, really does take you along the journey through the Titan Isles and these big epic battles. And there's an ending song as well, which has kind of become a theme with SciTech. End with a big vocal number, and it's just, I won't spoil the song, of course, but the soundtrack to this game, you're not going to be disappointed. I'm really impressed by the audio. Along with the great soundtrack, the voice acting within Titan Isles is really top tier. It doesn't feel cheesy in any way. All the characters do feel alive, and especially Quirk. Quirk is your robot companion, but many robot companions, especially in VR games, can get annoying quickly. The voice actor they've got for Quirk really does bring the character to life, and is a good companion for the journey. So far, I've done nothing but sing the praises for Titan Isles, but is there actually anything wrong with it? Well, not really. Not for me. The only real negative at the moment is the replayability. Now, of course, the game will take you between 5 to 6 hours if you're really streamlining, and then of course you can play with friends. There is an end game at the moment where you get a randomized section of the levels, the Titans, and you can continue playing, and you can keep earning those super tokens and upgrade all the different suits. But this can be quite challenging at endgame if you're trying to upgrade a suit what's not been upgraded at all. So a new game plus would be really ideal for the situation. I really want to dive back in and either play with a completely upgraded suit or start from the beginning with a new suit, but keeping all my upgrades on the other suits. It's something what's not in the game at the moment, but I have talked to SciTech Games and it is something they are discussing. So fingers crossed that will be added in the future. It's the only real negative at the moment, but there is still plenty to do, and you do have 3 save slots, so you can of course run through the game again. But I think the idea is people want to play those early levels either fully kitted out or just to continue with the game and just keep playing through the game over and over. So it's only the only real negative at the moment for me is not having that new game plus. But that still doesn't take away how fantastic Titan Isles is. So should you buy Titan Isles? Yes, you definitely should buy Titan Isles. I think the game appeals to fans of the Winland series, especially if you like that hunter type class. I really enjoyed that and I stuck to that suit a lot of the times. But I do think, even if you're not familiar with the Winland series, there's going to be something for everybody to enjoy. There's so many different types of suits and different ways to play, and jumping in multiplayer with your friends really does take that excitement level up a notch. It really does get you involved in what you're doing. This is a game of titanic proportions, and I really can't wait until the PSVR 2 version comes, hopefully next year. I really want to support SciTech, and I think you should too. There's so many great games they've developed already, and they just keep getting better. So go out right now and buy this game. You won't regret it.
My shop for some reason. He thinks he's being sneaky about it. He isn't. I've been cataloguing them, not for fun, for answers.
Something that we'll never forget.